Hello everyone, this is Jonathan Valdez for working for the eTIR Secretariat in UNEC Geneva. Welcome to this short video introducing to you the eTIR portal application that has been developed by the UNEC, intended for the tier candidate holders so that they can access their information as recorded in the ITB. We'll cover through this short video the main feature of the web application, especially how to register, how to log in, and what are the main features that you will be able to access once you get into the application. In order to access the application, especially here in the UAT environment, you will need to type in your web browser the following URL: tchp-uat.unec.org. TCHP stands for Tier Candidate Holder Portal. The UAT behind it stands for the User Acceptance Testing, which is the environment for tests that we have put outside in the public here for you to use. And the rest of the URL is, of course, our domain name as we are working for the UNEC. So you should have received this URL through emails, but if you need to type it directly in your web browsers, just know that you can type it directly here. You should land on this page here, which is a classic login register page where you can log in if you already have an account. You can register here, or you can log in or register using either Google or your Facebook account if you have already accounts, and if you wish to authenticate using those specific profiles. You may find on the home page here that you will find also links to the UNEC homepage here to access any other information, especially posts from my executive secretary or other things that you may find interesting here. You will also be able to access through the links at the bottom the eTIR.org website, giving you all the information and news about the eTIR project and eTIR international system implementation and deployment. You will see also here a quick link to the ITB, the International Tier Data Bank, that is used by the customs officers and by the national authorities personnel to maintain and update all the data, especially about the tier candidate holder statuses. And you'll find here three other links, one to the copyright, one to the language that you wish to use. By default, the web application is available in English, in French, and in Turkish. Of course, if you wish to add any language here, we invite you to reach out to us, and we will be very happy to provide you the text files that you would need to translate in order for us to be able to deploy your language in the application. You'll find also here that you have a contact us page that allows you, even if you're not logged in, to send us a message using a classic name, email, phone, subject, and message form. Using this, you'll be able to provide any feedback on the web application, but also any issues or improvement ideas that you may have and that you wish to share with us. Now, going back to the eTIR portal, let's get to the chase and see how we can register. To do so, you would need to click here on the register button. So you will arrive here, you'll be requested to type your email address once and a second time to make sure that there is no typo here. And this way you will be able to see the email address that is requested. You will also be requested to enter a password. This one must be a minimum of 12 characters with 1 uppercase characters, 1 lowercase characters, at least 1 numeric or digital number, at least, and 1 special character. As you've done this, you can now enter just your own information. In my case here, my first name, last name, my phone number if required. It's only for us to contact us in case of support, question. My preferred language, although I am French, I will stick to the English one for the sake of this example. I think it will actually be easier for most of you to understand this presentation and those screens in English. At the bottom, most important information to enter here is your tier candidate holder ID. As you are a staff or personnel of a transport company, this one should have been assigned a tier candidate holder ID, and this is where you should enter it. So I will take here an example of an Albanian company, an Albanian tier candidate holder, I should say. Very important, actually not very important, but important to note that you do not need to put all the zeros on the left side of the index number of the last part here. They do not really count, so don't worry about if you see many zeros in your tier candidate holder ID. At least in the context of the eTIR portal, you do not need to add them all. Once you have completed this part, you will see that the eTIR portal will send you actually an email to verify your email address. In this case here, I'm going to switch back to my email and find that I should have an email sitting there showing the data. That I just entered. So if you go here, you'll find that there is an email now here that has been addressed to me saying that I've created an account in the eTIR portal on behalf of the name of the company. In this case here, all the name of the company that have been pseudonymized, they've been replaced by fake names and fake addresses in order to avoid any leak of important information about these companies. And there's of course a link here to confirm that email address is yours. If you receive this email as a text email address, do not worry, just select the link here, copy it, and paste it in your web browser. And you will be able this way to confirm that your account has been verified. At this point, the eTIR portal has verified your account, and now a second email has been sent, this time to the eTIR connect holder contact email. And this is very important to understand that in the ITDB, the National Association and the custom officers should have updated your information. If it's not the case, then it will not allow you to basically verify your identity and your validity as a staff to the company. So it is very important that this contact email address is completed properly and is recorded correctly in the ITDB. In this case, in the case of UAT testing here, what we have done is that we have set the ITDB email address as a direct email address for all of you, so that we will be able, as the tier secretary, to validate all these requests to access the website. So I will check now email address and see that on the ITDB side, I will receive an email like this one. And this is what is received by the tier connect holder contact email address. Here, the company name. New user Jonathan Valdez has requested access to the eTIR portal as a person of your company, and then the name of the company. If you accept this user as staff of your company, kindly click on the link below to authorize him to access the eTIR portal and access your information in the eTIR portal. Again, if the link is not clickable, feel free to copy paste it and you should be fine. By clicking on this now, what will happen is that the eTIR portal will now receive a second validation, this one coming from the tier connect holder itself, saying that yes, this user now is now authorized. And as a user, you will receive on your side an email telling you that you have been confirmed. Dear Jonathan Valdez, your request to access eTIR portal as a person of the company has been confirmed. You can now log in, coming here. So if you log in now, you will be able to enter your email address. The username is your email address again, and the password is of course the password that you have entered previously to access. Here you go. You are now inside the application. The first thing that you will notice that you should find always a big flashing bar at the top. Hopefully this one will be green, because green means that your current status is authorized, meaning that you can use the tier procedure throughout all the contracting parties, at least the ones that have been recorded in your guarantee. You'll find also that these bars here will change colors. It may turn to red if you are withdrawn, or eventually to gray if you are end of activity. At the end of this big bar, you will find a small button here that will allow you to display a QR code. This QR code is eventually to be used if you wish to display this to custom officer at the border and allow them to directly have a link to the ITDB corresponding tier connect holder. So if I was a custom officer and if I was to scan this QR code, I would land directly in the ITDB web application and land directly on the page showing that this information is exactly the same that you are currently displaying. If you have an exclusion, you will find that below the main bar at the top, you'll find a second bar here in orange, and this one will display all the current exclusions that you are subject to, and eventually if they are temporary and what are the dates about them. You find here that you have three main tiles, one for the tier connect holder status, one for the National Association directory, the third one for notifications. you'll find at the top a menu corresponding to the very same functions here, the three main ones, plus contact and account management. If I was to click here on the tier connect order status, you'll find the detail of all the information that has been recorded against your employer here, or against the company. And if you were to find any issue, of course, we invite you to contact us. Here, the information is, of course, pseudonymized, so you will not find any real information, and you'll find that beyond the code or the order itself, everything else has been replaced by mock data. You will find also at the top when this information is coming from, when it was it's been extracted from ITDB. It was extracted on the 27th, today, the Tuesday, 27th of September 2022 at roughly 3:30 p.m. You will have an opportunity here to print this information in order to have a PDF that you can print or send to someone else if you wish them to have it on their device or to share the information. You can also request to receive it directly by email so that you can forward it later to anyone you see fit. If you go to the association page, you'll find that you'll be led directly to the national association corresponding to your own country. There may be usually one, but there can be more than one in certain countries. So you'll find them one below the other. For each of them, you'll find the information about the National Association, and especially the spoken languages, written languages, the email address and phone numbers if they are provided, and their main website. If you go for another one, you'll find sometimes this information is available, sometimes not. In terms of notifications, you will find here small lines describing to you every time there was a change in your tier connect order status. Every time there's an exclusion, temporarily or permanent, every time there's a resume, so a restoration of your status, you will find it here too. You will receive every time there's a change an email through the system, but you will also see notifications here in the application that you can refer to, and that will give you an history of all the different tier connect order status changes that you have been subject to. On the fifth icon of the menu, you will find here a contact us page, allowing you to do very much the same as before, except that this time your name and email are pre-filled for you because they come from your profile. If you look here from the main page, you may have found already that there was a emergency contact that is sitting here, which is pretty much the same as the contact one that you have at the top, except that if you click on it, the emergency switch is automatically turned on and will allow you to send a message that this time will be actually CC to the highest authority of the tier secretariat and to other key members that will be eventually in the position to assist you. This is only to be used in the need of immediate assistance. If you're stuck at the border, if you face a particular issue that you see that the regular support team cannot assist you with, then we invite you to actually use and switch on this button. The last link here is about managing your account. By going here, you will see that your ticket order ID is already recorded, but you cannot change it, of course. This information comes from the ITB, but you can change your own account, at least your first name, last name, in case it was not typed properly. You can change your preference language if you find that another language is a better fit for you. And you can also change your notification options so that you can only receive notifications in case of specific withdrawal or exclusion or end of activity notification. And you can save it, and you should be good to go at this point. Do not forget at the top that if you find that your password has been compromised, you can go in the application, come and change it here directly yourself by typing the old one, the new one, and confirm the new one again, and it will be updated directly this way. Should you find yourself in a position after logging out that you are unable to log in again, you can click on the forgot password link and enter your email address. Then a link will be sent over to you in order to allow you to basically update your password and log in again in the application based on your email address. You need to be able to access your email address. I hope that this introduction was instructive to you. If you have any information or any question, we invite you to use the contact us link, as we will closely look at our mailbox. And we wish you a happy experience with the eTIR portal. Thank you.